Right now on Today in New York, states of emergency in effect as a powerful nor'easter blasts our area. Now, these are live pictures from Washington Heights. You see what it's like there. Blizzard conditions expected, a flood threat as well for coastal communities. Some neighborhoods, they could see 2 feet of snow before this is all over. Storm Team 4 is ready to guide you through what's to come, so that's where we get started. Good morning, everybody. 4 a.m. on this Monday. Nice way to start February. I'm Michael Gargiulo. Darlene is the morning off, but let's take a live look outside from Storm Chaser 4 near Old Bridge, New Jersey. Dan Prado behind the wheel there, operating the camera remotely. Our area is feeling the impact of this powerful nor'easter. The worst is yet to come. New York City school buildings, they are closed. But it's no snow day for students. The classes are on remotely. Dozens of other districts are taking the day off, and you can see the full list at the bottom of the screen and on NBCNewYork.com. But we do already have a full team of reporters spread out across our area. We are going to start with Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa looking at what's happening right now. Maria.
All right, we're getting in the latest snow totals. This as of 2 a.m. And of course, that list will sprinkle in other town names as we go through the morning. But Stanton coming in Hunterdon County at 7 inches of snow already. South Plainfield, New Jersey, 6 inches. Edison, 5. Hope as well, 5 inches there. And Elizabeth, New Jersey at 4.7. But keep in mind, we'll at times today see those snowfall rates 1 inch to 2 an hour, and still very far to go. This is a look at Storm Tracker 4. Right now, you see a little bit of a lull across central and South Jersey, but where you see the darker shades of blue, the heavy, heavy snow that accumulates really quickly. South of Patterson, Elizabeth, you have in through the city and into Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau County as well. Also into Suffolk County, you have this beginning to pull on into Brookhaven. This is the kind of snow that reduces visibility and obviously reduces visibility for several hours. This is what we're expecting. And you can see again that little bit of a lull for parts of Monmouth and Ocean County. And I say lull because we do expect that this will continue. This is a long event, folks, in through tomorrow. Even Wednesday morning, we may be tracking some of these snow showers. The reason is that coastal low, you see the circles coming together here, trying to develop. So that has yet to fully come to fruition. So we do have some of the worst ahead of us. Looking at the snowfall forecast, not much has changed in our thinking. This is not in addition to what has fallen, but storm total. And that area in pink, 18 to 24 inches, most of the northern half of New Jersey. Still looking at 12 to 18 in through the city. A little bit less, but still significant as you get to the island and also down the shore. Hudson Valley solidly in that 12 to 18 inch range. So summing it up, a lot of snow headed our way. Some of it becoming really intense as we get through this afternoon as our coastal low begins to take shape. And that means with the winds picking up too, we'll have whiteout conditions. And I'll talk more about that moderate coastal flooding during high tide, not just this morning, but again into this evening. So we'll take a look at that coming up in just a little bit. But obviously a mess on the roadways out there right now.
It is a mess on the roadways. You experienced it. I experienced it on the way in. I know in the city that they've been plowing all night. I've seen them out my window. I could hear them, but the roads, it's still not a fun ride out there, especially making turns. Let's talk about some of the issues out there on the roads already. You just do not want to drive this morning. You have a jackknife tractor trailer in the eastbound local lanes of Route 80 approaching exit 65. That involves a fuel spill. Just to show you the conditions, here's the Connecticut Turnpike. You can see a little bit of blacktop there, but I'm sure that they have been out there plowing, but that snow's coming down in certain spots. So just please be very careful. Do not drive unless you have to, like I said. And quickly talking about mass transit here, no service at all for NJ Transit. Rail, bus, not happening today. PATH and LIRR are operating as well as Metro North, but LIRR is on that weekend schedule. So we'll see service changes. None of the ferries are operating except for Staten Island Ferry, and it is running on a modified schedule. Michael, back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks very much. A state of emergency in effect right now for New York City. So that means non-essential travel is banned and other changes in place to keep people safe during the storm. Today, New York's Gaby Acevedo. Gaby's in Washington Heights, where that snow is coming down, Gaby.
Michael, good morning. That's right. Snow blankets all around us. And I want you to see how it's looking at this hour with the cars parked by the sidewalk covered in white powder as light to medium snow continues to fall. The city is calling for people to stay inside, hunker down, and let emergency and cleaning operations to take place.
And to be outside and especially driving is going to be extremely dangerous, if not impossible. And so we really strongly encourage everyone, please stay at home.
Listening to Lauren and to Maria, they're exactly right. Very precise in their description in terms of road conditions. It was certainly a challenge for us getting to this location. The West Side Highway was almost completely empty, but the accumulation of snow and ice makes for a treacherous surface of the road, even for experienced drivers. We did see lots of snow management crews out in the highway and in Washington Heights spreading salt to combat the icy conditions. That effort seems to be non-stop. New York City Emergency Management counting on 715 salt spreaders or more than 2,000 plows out in the field. Many of those plow trucks all over the surrounding area working on keeping the streets clear from heavy snow. New Yorkers are advised to not underestimate this snowstorm since it will potentially intensify, as Maria mentioned, in the next few hours. Important to remember that there are travel restrictions in place for New York City starting at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. only essential workers are allowed to be out and about. So if you don't have to be out in the streets, out in the roads, or walking outside, just stay indoors, hunker down, and continue with our coverage. We are live from Washington Heights. Gaby Acevedo today in New York.
Gaby, thank you so much. So we're going to go from Washington Heights over to New Jersey because parts of New Jersey could see 2 feet of snow. New York's Tracie Strahan continues our team coverage. Tracie, you had an adventure just getting there to West Orange.
Let me tell you, it usually takes our guys about 30 minutes from Fort Lee to my area where we are. It took them an hour and some change today because not a lot of plows to be seen. Now, the Essex County executive where we are said there are about 50 plows on the road, 250 salt spreaders, but it's still a dicey situation all over this area. Let's show you some video because there's a state of emergency that's been declared for the entire state of New Jersey. Lots of changes that we saw in Morris County just last night. Even before that state of emergency was declared, the public schools were canceled in Morristown. Also, the town hall was shut down and the motor vehicle center. That state of emergency, of course, allows responders in the area, first responders, to shut down roads. We caught up with someone who's been plowing these roads for about 15 years who said this last night.
We take a break for a little bit, let the plows do what they got to do, and then once they get it under control, we go back out, and then we start salting again.
We're showing you now a live look at West Orange, the ShopRite parking lot where they are trying to get things ready for anyone who didn't get those last-minute rations. And in the distance, you can even see the workers are already trying to shovel things out, but it's hard to keep track and keep up with all the snow that's falling. Keep in mind, this part of West Orange is on a higher elevation. That's why they're expecting to get so much snow in this area today. Again, a state of emergency has been declared here. We can also tell you that those 6 mega sites for the COVID vaccine have been shut down today. So this is impacting the rollout as well. We're live in West Orange. Tracie Strahan. Today in New York. Michael, help.
We didn't bleep out what Tracie's saying. We just lost her audio there.
Oh, no.
It's okay, Trace. I think we understand what you meant. Thanks so much. All right, it is 4:08 right now.
Yes.
And from New Jersey, we want to head out now to Long Island. Serious concerns there about coastal flooding on top of all of this. New York's Katherine Creag is there. Kat.
Hello, and we are here on the boardwalk. What a lovely morning, Michael, for a bike ride on the snow-covered boardwalk. This is what the Long Beach boardwalk looks like right now, and we're over by West Broadway and National Boulevard. And just taking a look at this, it has been like this for quite a while now. We got a little break about an hour ago or so, but then about 30 minutes ago or so, it started falling a lot. And as you said, coastal flooding is a concern with the high tide and also beach erosion. Taking a look at this video, as we've been talking about, the roads have been so treacherous. We are told a driver lost control in Medford on Sills Road. As you see there, road crews have been out and about in their snowplows and trucks as well. On the LIE in Hauppauge, one person was hurt when a police vehicle responding to a crash was struck by a driver whose car slid and went out of control. The caution is to be very careful if you're out and about, if you're an essential worker who has to get to your destination. Also, when it comes to schools, across Long Island, schools are either closed or classes have been moved to remote learning only. People we talked with are hopeful that the power stays on and this won't be such a debilitating snowstorm. Let's listen.
Are we more concerned about the snow or the high tide tomorrow? The high tide. I'm never concerned about the snow.
What is the concern with high tide if it hits at the right time?
Well, you would get flooding coming into, especially parts of the Long Beach where the canals are, low-lying areas. All of Long Beach is obviously low-lying, but some areas are even lower and more susceptible.
And take a look at this. This is what our drive looked like this morning on the LIE. The parkways, the roads are snow covered. You cannot see the blacktop. And also a live look now where we are here in Long Beach. The LIRR, we want to mention, is on a weekend schedule through Tuesday night. But be aware the MTA may shut down service depending on the intensity of the storm. And Michael, I have my face covering on, my neck gaiter here for pandemic purposes, but it also helps you keep warm. And then my ski goggles, Michael, are in the news van. I might have to get them out for the next live report. We'll send it back to you, Michael.
Kat, I cannot wait for Kat Creag with the ski goggles. That's going to be outstanding. All right, Kat, thanks so much, and do your best there to stay warm. All right, let's check in with Maria right now. So, Maria, we got to see the view from Gaby, from Tracie, and from Kat as well. All different places, but same story.
Same story, and believe it or not, we're really just at the beginning. Really going to pick up everything, every impact by later on this afternoon. Look at the winds right now, gusting to 28 in the city. Belmar gusting to 32 miles per hour, and we'll likely see those gusts over 50 at times today. A current look at the snow continuing across New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, the Hudson Valley. A bit of a reprieve and some rainfall right now in parts of Ocean County. It is a lull here too. Don't expect that this is all done here down the shore, but what a picture from Point Pleasant Beach. We were talking about the coastal flood concerns. Those warnings and advisories are out in green in all of those coastal areas, and the high tide later on this morning, 10, 11 o'clock from East Rockaway, Point Lookout, Freeport, Inwood, Lindenhurst too, anywhere from moderate to minor flooding. What that equates to 2 to 2.5 feet above what is normally dry. That's the kind of flooding that we could see from Perth Amboy, Barnegat, Sandy Hook, Manasquan, and the Battery, anywhere from moderate to minor. Again, that time frame being 10, 11 o'clock for high tide. The first round, there could be another round as we get into the evening, so we'll take a look at that. It is a long-term event, timing it out for you coming up with that 10-day forecast.
All right, Maria, thank you so much. It is 4:12 right now. Still had the powerful storm has already left its mark. Other parts of the nation, a preview, though, of what's heading our way and how the Midwest is digging out right now. And then other news as well, a shakeup on former President Trump's legal team just days before his impeachment trial is due to get underway. We're going to tell you who's out now and why.
Just a reminder, there is no subway service until 5 a.m. When subway service is restored, we could see an impact in express service. It may only be running local. I will keep you updated about that. Buses are running with reduced service today in the city. Metro North is on a weekday schedule, as well as PATH. You can expect delays. New Jersey Transit, no service at all across the board. LIRR, like Kat just said, is on a weekend schedule today and tomorrow. Let's take a live look outside at the roads. There is no construction inbound at the Holland Tunnel this morning, and things are moving along okay out there. Not too far away, the ramp from Tunnelly Circle to the Pulaski Skyway, they just shut that down because of ice. Roads are in treacherous shape this morning. You are watching Today in New York.